Okay, we're in one of the rooms of the shop with Josey McFaddin of the Wildskins today, and we're just going to kind of chit-chat about things. I'm going to ask maybe some silly questions and not, and we'll see where it goes from here. So, Josey, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, man. Well, that's not my favorite question, but...
Well, all right, we'll change it then.
No way, I'll answer it. I'm 23, from right here in Dayton, Ohio. Started playing music when I was in high school. I was probably a junior. I don't know if you'll ask me that later on, but I'm telling you now. I am a Timberwolf USA endorsed artist. I play in a band called the Wildskins, and it's a soul rock pop band.
Okay. Do you remember your first instrument?
Yeah, I do. That's actually my what I got started with in high school was an Indiana Scout acoustic guitar. I got when I was a junior in high school with some birthday money, and I always tell you this, but I'll tell everybody else. The action was about that high off the fingerboard, and gosh, it made my life terrible. I quit trying to learn how to play guitar multiple times because of that.
Yeah, how did you guys come up with the name Wildskins?
Well, it originally was going to be the Wineskins. We wanted something that had a little deeper meaning than just like the rocket ships or the Hawks or something, like that. It was originally going to be the Wineskins, and that was taken by some old guys that played folk music and didn't seem like they were out there much, but it was just enough for us not to be able to use that. So the Wildskins derived off the Wineskins, and really it's just about living in your wild skin. Our market is more geared towards the younger crowd, you could say, but at the same time we have influences for the older, but we're just kind of promoting a positive light on just being creative and being wild and being you, and not letting other people tell you what to do or influencing you in a negative way. To just kind of be you and be confident with that, and just be a wild skin. You're a soul wrapped up in skin. Your body's just here, on Earth. So Wildskins has definitely a meaning of just being wild but cautious.
So you're primarily currently playing what they call a college circuit?
Yeah,
I don't know.
We do a lot of the college market. We have a college booking agent, which just makes life a lot easier. We do a lot of universities and even a lot of private schools and stuff. They have all kinds of recreational activities that they'll hire us to come out and play and entertain them, and it's definitely cool. It's good for us right now. It's just a fresh start for our band because we get to go and the college age. They're kind of the most of them are like the hip kids. So if they find a band that they like that nobody's ever heard of before, then that's their ticket. They love that kind of stuff. So it's really nice to be out in front of people that want to hear fresh new things, because that's what we are. You
obviously spend time in the studio. Do you remember what it was like the first time you did any type of recording?
Yeah, actually I went to Cincinnati Christian University to play golf and study music there, and it wasn't me. It wasn't what I wanted to do. I felt like I was being pulled in a different direction. So I ended up leaving school, and immediately I joined a band called This Love. We would then renamed ourselves This Love. And my first recording experience was the first thing that I ever got to do in a band. So that was pretty cool. I got thrown right to the dogs, right to the wolves. Got in there and got to sing and be the singer and be the lead guitar player of a band called This Love. So it was an apartment setting. My buddy Tyler, who's a genius, and I don't know how he does what he does with the equipment that he has, but it was definitely interesting. But we got an incredible product out of it, and it was a good time. It was a good learning experience.
Went nowhere quick, but that's okay. I got a smile.
There's got to be a blooper.
I didn't bring my list.
Is that it underneath the
No, I thought I'd be able to wing it better.
musical influences?
Who would you say have been some of the people that have influenced where you're going with your songwriting and your performing?
Wow, that's I'm going to give you a pretty broad answer with multiple names, but definitely John Mayer. I will say first and foremost, being my generation and growing up, kind of actually growing up with him as a musician. You know, he grew as I grew as a listener. He grew as an artist. And watching him and listening to him play the guitar, and he kind of introduced me to the blues and some old blues players that he was influenced by, such as, you know, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Muddy Waters, and all the names. But I really didn't listen to blues. I grew up on more like Bruce Springsteen and Prince and I don't know, the Eagles, anybody in that category. But so John Mayer kind of threw me back and made me go learn and educate myself on older, you know, blues and older soul music. And so John Mayer is definitely the main musical influence for me. But like I said earlier, like Bruce Springsteen or Prince, definitely Prince. I'm a huge like funky soul fan, even though that's not exactly what I do. I love the taste and the feel that you get out of his music. And actually somebody that I recently discovered that I've known forever but never really took the time to dive into is a man named Dan Huff. He's an incredible studio guitar player. He's played with everybody and anybody since, you know, the late 70s, early 80s. I grew up listening to a lot of gospel music, and he played lead guitar on all the major gospel records. Stephen Curtis Chapman, Michael W. Smith. I'd been listening to him all my life, and just recently I've kind of found who he was and educated myself on him. So if you don't know who Dan Huff is, go listen to him. He's the tastiest player out there.
The process for composition, do you get the words first? Do you get the music first? Do you wake up in the middle of the night and you know, how does that work?
That's my favorite part, actually. That's a good question. There's no particular order. I don't have a science. There's no science behind it. It's more off of inspiration and motivation for me. If I'm motivated or inspired by something to write a song, then I usually take advantage of that and compose from what I'm feeling at the moment, rather than trying to fabricate something just to do it. I like doing that too, because obviously I'm a musician, and if I have a guitar in my hands, I feel at home. But it normally starts out with maybe finding a chord progression and, you know, some melodies, or vice versa, really. You know, I'll wake up out of a dream and, you know, I had a melody in that dream, and I'll record it on my phone. Or, you know, with today's technology, it makes it easy to capture ideas and inspired moments, you could say. And so really, I mean, the process depends. From day to day, it could be, you know, I could just sit down and go to practice. Instead, I noodle, and then noodling turns into a chord progression, and then a chord progression turns into a song. Or I can be totally inspired and have an idea in mind of where and why and how I want to write a song, and it happens like that. But
it isn't something you can... If you were told that you had to write a song in 10 minutes, it wouldn't work necessarily?
No, I could totally do that. I just don't necessarily... I wouldn't necessarily say that's a great depiction of who I am as an artist.
All right.
I'm more of an inspired kind of writer, and I like that to speak for me and for who I am. I heard Dave talking earlier. I can, you know, I have the ability to kind of be a chameleon if you need me to. You know, that I think that comes with experience and comes with time. You know, per se, to if you told me to write a specific song, or if you wanted me to go in and play. I've done a lot of studio work, so, you know, bands not like my band, or music not like my music, they'll require me to come in there and kind of fill the air with something that maybe I wouldn't necessarily do. But I think I bring a lot of my flavor to that. So really, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you asked me to write a song right now, I could give you one, but I would rather not use that to define me as an artist.
You don't want to put your name on. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to bring up something that you have brought up before, and that's your skinny jeans, which, you know, they're, back in my day they called them peg pants, but what's the story about reactions you've gotten with them?
Well, yeah, I mean, Rick, your generation is definitely the generation that invented these things, so I can't take credit for them, but I've always had a sense of style, I think, for myself, and this has been definitely a definition of who I am in style, is some skinny jeans. I feel naked without them, but, you know, you go down south and they look at you like you're nutso for not having a pair of Wranglers on with some overalls or something, I don't know. But we'll run into a Speedway or run into a Wawa or wherever you're at, a gas station on the road, and you'll get looks, and you know, people don't just quite get it.
One thing that I've never done, and I often wonder what it's like really to be on stage and perform. What's it like?
Oh, that's my favorite thing. That's my passion, is being an artist and performing. The performance aspect. It's home. It's home for me. I love being up there sharing my art with anybody that will listen, that will lend me an ear. But yeah, the easiest way to define it is home for me.
Okay. What about automobiles? When you hit the big time and you got a few extra bucks in your bank account, what kind of dream car do you have, or do you have a dream car or motorcycle?
Well, to be honest, anything that runs right now. I'm struggling here, but if I had to pick a dream car, definitely something real fast and real dangerous, because I like that kind of stuff. So like a high-class Mercedes or a McLaren.
All right, so you'd be a Ninja motorcycle guy.
I don't know about motorcycles.
Okay.
Definitely, I need a box to sit in while I'm going fast. I don't like being out there like that.
All right, so you're not a skydiver or a parasailer or
no.
What do you do in your spare time, or what do you do for fun?
Well, music. Really, all I do is music. When I'm not doing my own stuff, I produce other bands and other artists, which is this huge passion and huge pastime for me. I love helping people develop and educate themselves on who they are as an artist, and I think I'm really good at that. Helping people find their sound is definitely a pastime for me. Other than sports, I love sports. I love basketball. I can't wait for the upcoming season. LeBron's back in Cleveland, so I think everybody's excited about that around here. But I try to stay active, and I like to run and exercise as much as possible and play basketball. Golf. Okay. I like golf, but that's you can only play that in the spring, summer, fall. But.
Okay, well, we've been talking with Josey McFaddin. We appreciate him toughing through a cold.
Yes. Yes, thanks for...
Just glad he doesn't have to perform tonight, I guess.
Yeah,
that'd be a little tough. And Josey's with the Wildskins, and we appreciate you watching, and tell your friends about it.
Thank you.